pull this out and start messing with me, this is better to keep it nice and tight. I'm gonna walk. I have freedom with my head and my hips. So I walk and I turn, and then my elbow goes up and down. Frank, snake, shin up. Protect. Legs, head, elbow down. Frame. Sometimes your hand might get stuck here. You can only frame with one. That's okay. You just have to prevent them from going to the far side by snaking, bringing your shin in, and hip stop. I'll do it again with that. My shoulder into my head, and so I don't have much. Yes, I have my legs, but my upper body is moving, so I can't make space for my elbow to go. So even if she's on her toes or if she's flat, right? If she's on her toes driving, it's better, right? It's better for her, it's better for me. So yeah, you can keep it. So I'm gonna bring my elbow, I can only go to her right hip. So I'm gonna stay tight, and I'm gonna pinch my elbow to the right hip. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna snake out. Bring my feet to my butt. I don't wanna walk, I just wanna snake out. So as I'm snaking out, my right hand, I have two options. One is, I can't bring my right hand out. And so I'm protecting, staying tight. I can scissor, threading my foot through the needle, and then coming up to my knees. So that would be like the first scenario. Okay, the second variation on that is you can get your elbow to the floor, just like you did before. Right? So we're here, I'm pinning this down, and as I snake, my elbow goes to the floor. So it's easy for me to just stay tight, right? If her head goes over, if her leg goes over my head, that's still fine because my elbow's on the floor. There's so many things that can happen, right? The one thing you don't want to have happen is you don't want your arm to come out and you to come up like this. Because now you're in a triangle, right? That's one thing. So the other thing is you don't want to stay here where they can start pulling your arm in and then finishing the armbar and throwing it over. If here, the best option is coming up to your elbow, snake out, and then technical stand, creating some space and disengaging. So you're doing everything right, it's tight. Now remember, your head prevents this leg from coming over. So whether you sit up, you block this way, or you're catching. If you block this way, it's nice because if she throws her leg over, you can switch that and catch it, right? It's going to be a little bit hard to do this because she may get past it like that. Or you might have to go, you might have to pummel, and that's going to be trouble. So the closer you can go, or what I do is, I like to control this, so then when she tries to throw it over, I can go ahead and throw it over. Yeah, I can control that from coming over the top. But let's say that you're protecting, she goes, and I catch. So she has all the weight on top of you, so you won't be able to slip out your elbow. You have to bring her over to the side. So you can bridge, or you can just pendulum your legs, and you're in this position. Same thing. You can snake out, you can thread that foot through that hole, and then come up. And my arm is still trapped, so I can step up, put pressure. Now, once I pressure, I can pull my right arm out, and then push the hip, and then get right beside me.